Hey there! In the following video, we're going to learn how to use a logic jump feature, a feature that allows you to interact with your users' responses and generate alternative customized paths depending on their answers. When applying this feature, the respondents won't have to skip irrelevant questions or questions that do not apply to them because they won't even see them. This will generate a more human and personal experience for them. This feature can be used upon two different factors: based on the user's answers and based on a score from the calculator feature. For both these factors, we recommend that before starting your survey, you outline the logic to your questions in a document to make the setup easier. Let's begin by logic jumps based on users' answers, and let's do it by using an example. Suppose we are doing a general knowledge quiz and the question is, who created Facebook? And the possible answers are Mark Zuckerberg or Neil Armstrong. The idea is to give a different message to the respondent depending on the option they choose. If they choose Mark Zuckerberg, we will reply correct. But if they choose Neil Armstrong, we will reply incorrect. By doing this, we give a customized reply to each respondent depending on their answer, and make them feel that the survey is specially made for them and that their responses count. So, now that we have created the question and its options, next we must create the messages or replies for each possible response. If they choose Mark Zuckerberg, we will reply, correct. Along with his roommates, Mark created Facebook in 2004. But if they choose Neil Armstrong, we will reply, incorrect. Armstrong did walk on the moon first though. Additionally, in both messages, we can include GIFs to make them friendlier. Once we have done this, we must click on the branch icon of the initial question, which opens the interface of the logic jump. If the icon is green, it means the question has an active logic jump. And if it's gray, it means it does not have an active logic jump. Click on the Add Logic Jump button to see the options available. 3 blocks and 2 more buttons will automatically appear. The first one with the question you want to use to generate a logic jump in your survey. The second one with the options is or is not. The third one with the different possible answers to the questions selected in the first box. This will vary depending on each type of question. The fourth one, which is gray, where it must jump if the logic is true, and the fifth one, also gray, where it must jump if the logic is false. So, we can build the following logic. If who created Facebook is Mark Zuckerberg, then jump to correct. Otherwise, go to incorrect. Let's see the outcome. So, here we see the question. If we click on Mark Zuckerberg, we will go to the correct along with his roommates. Mark created Facebook in 2004. But if we click on Neil Armstrong, we will go to the incorrect. Armstrong did walk on the moon first though. The same thing can be done, for example, if you're a clothing brand and you want to separate male and female's opinions on what they like best. In this case, you would ask their gender first and then direct them to different sets of questions depending on their initial response. This way, you avoid asking them questions that do not apply to them. Logic jump can also be implemented in different types of questions and not only in multiple choice. For instance, it can be assigned to scoring questions where users are asked to evaluate, and if they respond from 1 to 3, we can ask them why they had a bad experience, while if they respond from 8 to 10, we can ask them which were the highlights of their experience. Also, conditionals can be used within the logic by clicking on the plus button found on the right side of the possible answers. Conditionals are useful because they allow you to combine multiple logic jumps. In the following example, we want to redirect to question 5 those answers who are female and had a great experience. The rest of the users will be redirected to the next question. Having said this, we recommend that you have all the questions and replies created before applying jump logic. This will make your job much easier. Now, remember I said that the logic jump feature can be used based upon 2 different factors? We just saw how logic jump based on answers work. Now, let's see how logic jump based on a score from the calculator feature works. This type of logic is tied to the use of the calculator, and its objective is to create a more personalized experience depending on the score a user has. For example, if we were to evaluate users with a 3-question quiz, we could send the users to 3 different thank you screens depending on the results they obtain. If users respond 3 questions correctly, we want to send them to the thank you screen that says your performance was outstanding. If users respond 2 questions correctly, we want to send them to the thank you screen that says you were close. While if users answer only 1 question right or none right, we want to send them to the thank you screen that says you need more practice. The possibilities are endless. Use logic jumps and combine them with variables and calculator to create unique forms and campaigns. You can also check out the rest of our videos to learn more about Survey Kiwi's features.